Hey Saberland, Coach coming at you with another video. Here I'm going to be showing you the differences between a Xeno3 core and a Proffie core. They are obviously differences, some big ones, but overall they do share a decent amount of features now. Now you still obviously have your coding with Arduino and all that stuff, where this one is just click and drag with kind of like how CFX is. They're both great cores. This is obviously a budget core, and this is their, tier 4 or the top tier soundboard. The Xeno3 was pretty cool, but it was definitely, lacking in a lot of stuff. But it was a really, decent budget board. So this is the new version, and I just want to go over the features and the smooth swing and accent swings and everything like that. So I'm gonna start off first with the Xeno. And they are running the same font too. The Sulca font from Kyberphonics Tails bundle. Okay, we're gonna have multi-lock, so you don't have to hold the button. Try to get stabbed. There it goes. Let's see if we can get lightning block. Melt is kind of tricky to get sometimes. Oh, there you go, first try. It does change color as you rotate it, like Proffie and Golden Harvest. And then here's the smooth swing. And then see if we can move it slowly and get it like kind of quiet. And if you swing it harder. And then here's accent swings. I'm so glad they added accent swings to the new Xeno board. It makes smooth swing night and day difference. So if you guys have the Xeno2 core out there and are upgrading to the Xeno3, you guys are going to be in for a nice treat. It's definitely something special and different. Especially them having lightning block. Like I said, this is a budget board. CFX and Golden Harvest don't even have lightning block, and who knows if they ever do either. Especially CFX, I mean, they took what, 2-3 years almost just to get gesture controls? It was just this summer when I saw them get gesture controls. Alright, so now we'll do the Proffie one. In battle mode, so I don't have to hold the button. And now see, lightning block is a lot easier to activate. And the Xeno3 does have end lightning block and beginning, and then the normal lightning block. Same with drag and lockup, which sounds so much better now because the old Xeno just had lockup. No end lockup, no beginning lockup, and it does make a difference. All the new sound waves. And then here's the smooth one. Accent swings. The only thing I wish the Xeno board had is a flicker blade style. It just has like a pulse is the closest thing to like Canon. Most of my Proffie blade styles are pretty simple. It's just like a rotoscope blade style. I just love flicker blades. So yeah, I'll do the Xeno just one more time. You hear the smooth swing? In the config file in the Xeno3, you can't like adjust like the accent swing settings to like higher or lower, but whatever they have set at default, I think is perfect. It doesn't trigger at the lowest movement, but it doesn't take a whole hard swing to trigger it. It's a nice. So lightning block's a little tricky to activate since you have to hold the button and then pull it inwards. But I don't know, guys. I mean, obviously Proffie has its advantages and stuff like that, but I mean, if you're getting just into this hobby right now, this is the sweet time, like the perfect time to get into the custom saber hobby. Because if you're on a budget or you don't want to tweak around with coding and having to put blade styles, which is really easy once you get used to it. Once you get the hang of it, it's really easy. It's mostly copying and pasting, if anything, especially with Fett's webpage. But like I said, if you're on a budget or you don't want all that fancy stuff, you just want like a normal pulsing, you know, color changing. But now you have spin, stab, melt, lightning block, responsive lockup. You can choose from like 3 to 4 different blaster effects. Like my other videos, they would just kind of like light up like this, or you have like the random bolt like in Xeno2, or this one where it kind of does this weird like, and I believe there's one more, and then you can have different clashes. I think it's 3, which is the old school Xeno where it just random, or you can have a full blade one but it's only red. You can't change the color. I'm hoping in the future they add color changing to the flash on clash color. I really like this one. Does like little specks at the from like here down. So yeah, there's a lot more to the config file now, and the app does work on iPhone too. I thought that they said it was just only Android, but I found it in the App Store. You just type in saber. You have to scroll down a little bit, and you'll see an X, and then you'll see either Japanese or Chinese language. And you'll install it, and then it'll find the saber. I have a video or 2 on my YouTube page going over it. It's really cool. I don't know how far you can get. It definitely needs a little bit of work because sometimes it'll disconnect randomly. But I mean, it's a budget board with Bluetooth built into it. Every other soundboard you get, you have to have a Bluetooth module into the chassis that they have to wire up and put in the chassis. So the fact that this is built-in Bluetooth, lightning block, all these other stuff, and then you can add, I don't know how many fonts you can add max. On my Xeno2, believe it or not, I did have 151 fonts. I have basically like all of Kyberphonic and K-Sif fonts, and grayscale fonts, and I think, what is it, J DeLorean. I have a couple of his fonts because he has some really cool fonts. But other than that, I think it's not like super close, but I mean, it's pretty damn close. Like I said, the Xeno3 is definitely a great board, and I do have about maybe 4 or 5 Proffie sabers, so if I ever buy any more empty hilts and then cores from Virus Sabers or Darkwolf, I might just stick with the new Xeno3 cores from now on, because you can save a decent amount of money, especially on Virus Sabers webpage. They sell the core without the SD card because the board can hold 16 fonts without the SD card. So they're only selling it for like $80 for the Xeno3 without an SD card. So what I would do is buy the Xeno with the SD card, make a copy of all the fonts and then your settings and everything like that into your computer. And then the next time you buy another saber or an empty or build a saber, which I like to do, you can just buy another Xeno core for only 80 bucks. You know, buy a packet of 16, 32 gig. I don't know if you can put 32, but for sure the 16 gigabyte, you know, SD card. I don't know how much those go for, but you can buy like a packet of them on Amazon or Walmart or whatever. You know, put your settings, copy and paste it on there, and you just saved yourself 30 bucks. So this is definitely a great board to go through. I already have another video kind of going over it, but I just wanted to show the difference between Xeno and Proffie. Still a big difference, you know, because you can upload any blade style you want or make in FET's webpage. But like I said, that does, you know, take a beginner some time. It honestly took me like a whole week to do, and I would come home from work every day watching videos. But, you know, other than that, once you get the hang of it, it's super fun, I think. So yeah, thanks for checking out, guys.